Hi guys, Steph here. Right, what we got for you today? Well, some of you will recognise this pen and hopefully it may even bring back sort of memories to some of you people. What we've got for you here is an Osmiroid 75 fountain pen. And the nice thing about it is we don't just have one, we have two. Hey! Now this one is a black one and this one is a burgundy one. Both exactly the same, as you can see. As I say, one being burgundy and one being a black one. So as I say, we've got an Osmiroid. This one is, or they both are, the Osmiroid 75. And as I said, these were, if you like, what we used to term as school pens from around about the 1950s, the 1960s. So again, a lot of you people will look at it and say, or you may say, yes, I actually had one of them when I was at school. Because, as I say, they were a school pen from that particular era. Now, the size of these pens from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, they're 134 millimeters capped around the barrel. They're 11 millimeters in diameter. Now, although that one's a burgundy and this one's a black one, they both have this sort of chrome trim. There's a small thin band to the end of the barrel there. The cap band, you can see it's got a chrome cap band there. And let's take you up to the clip. Now you'll see it's got this sort of, well, yeah, again, a chrome clip to the top of the cap there. And to the very top, you'll see it says Osmiroid. Now, if we take you to the very peak of the cap, you'll see that it also has the number 75 on this cap stud. So it's an Osmiroid 75, as we've said. Also, if I take you to the barrel imprint, let's keep it nice and still, and you'll see it says simply Osmiroid 75, and then underneath it's got the word England. So both of the pens were made in England. Although these were actually, if you like, school pens, in my opinion, okay, yes, they are sort of a lower tier fountain pen, but they are actually nice pens. They're made of plastic, I would have thought. They still, yeah, it's a lower tier pen, but still a good, decent, lower tier fountain pen. They're actually quite nicely made. Now, what you may notice, what you may not notice, is that to the end of the barrel it's got this knob, if you like. The reason being that both of these pens are actually piston fillers. So there again, for a school pen from the 1950s, 1960s, I'm sure some children would have been very excited to the fact that they've got actually a piston filler fountain pen. Let's unscrew the cap for you. Let's give you the customary twirl. As you can see, they're both in nice condition. Well, the only thing I've done is actually cleaned them out. Apart from that, they don't need nothing else. They're actually in nice condition. Now, let's take you up to the section. Just below the section, you'll notice it's got this ink view window for checking whether the inks or you've got ink in the pen. The section's slightly sort of concaved, quite a long section as well, nice and comfortable pen to hold. And let's take you up to the nib. It's got a steel nib, and if I keep it nice and still, it says Osmiroid roller tip, and this one being a medium soft England nib. Let's give you a sideways view. Take you underneath, show you the feed. You can see it's got quite a standard feed for that particular period for this pen. The other nice thing about, although it's a lower tier fountain pen, I think the excellent things about these pens is the fact that we can unscrew the nibs, and there you go. And if I turn it round slightly somewhere, you'll see it's got the size of the nib just to the black section there. I believe, like the Esterbrook pens, that these pens will actually accept Esterbrook nibs as well. But the lovely thing about the Osmiroid 75, as I say, the nibs simply unscrew, and at this point you can actually, or you would have actually purchased any nib of your particular liking and just simply screwed it back into the section. So there was lots of nibs available. These pens were also known as calligraphy pens as well, so you would have been able to get lots of sort of calligraphy sized nibs as well. But all in all, as I say, for me personally, I still think it's a lovely little pen. Slight difference on this one, if I unscrew it, with it being burgundy, there you go. The lovely thing about it, it's actually got a little burgundy ink window, so a nice little touch there. Also, as the other one, nib unit unscrews. So as we said, it's a piston filled fountain pen, which means that if we turn the knob to the bottom here, and if you keep your eye on the ink window there you go, you can see the piston moves nicely in and out. So a lovely little touch. As I say, personally, I think, although it's a lower tier pen, I know it's still a nice little pen, and a quality pen for a lower tier pen, I believe, or I think, should I say. Yes, I can hear you all. Can we see it writing? Okie dokie. Right, let me reach over, get a little bit of tissue, and to fill the pen nice and simply, we dip the nib in the ink, and if you like, push and pull on the blind cap like so. I'll only do it a couple of times. I won't do it fully because it's only for a writing sample. Let's move the ink to one side. Now if we look at the ink window now, we can see it's not as clear as it was because we now have ink in our pen. So let's see how the pen writes. This will be quite interesting. So what we have is a Osmiroid 75. As we said, we're dating it 1950s, 1960s, and it was what was known as a school pen. As I say, it's got a steel nib, so not necessarily renowned for being a flexy nib, but saying that, although it's got a steel nib, it's still a nice little writer, and with a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke, I would say we're actually getting, you know, a nice little bit of, well, a little bit of variation. But as I say, it's not a flexi nib as such, but writing, as we said, very nicely. Made in England. I can't really think of anything to write. But quite surprisingly, a very nice writer too. It's actually quite a nice writer. So there's a writing sample with a little bit of pressure. Yes, we can get a little bit of variation, but as I said, it's not renowned as a flexi nib. So let's pop the cap back on. We'll empty the pen and flush it out once we finish the video. But there we have it. Hopefully these two pens will bring back memories to some people, and it'll bring back their school memories, if you like, and say, yes, I had one of these in my pencil case. So there we have it, two Osmiroid 75 fountain pens from the 1950s, 1960s, one in black, one in burgundy. What I'll also do, I did another Osmiroid review a while ago. I'll leave you a link up there so you can go and have a look at that. But I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pens as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, comments below, don't be shy. Have you subscribed? No? If not, why not? Subscribe now. And last but not least, if you can, why not support my work? But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.